That really rammed home to me because I have been struggling with motivation in the last month or so, and I think it's just because I haven't had a plan. Hi guys, well, I'm filming this on Tuesday, June 16. It's been a big day. This morning I had a progression run, so it was the sort of start of the new plan that I'm following through until the half marathon MAF test in August. And also today was my wife Trisha's birthday, so we've spent the day out and about catching up with our two boys, Dakota and Banjo, and back home now to do some filming for the next vlog. And thought I might talk about the new plan that I'm going to be following. I think I've said in a previous video that just over the last few weeks I've been stumbling along with no plan with my running, and I was on Facebook the other day and came across a Sweat Elite post from Robert D. Costella, and there was a quote there that really rammed home to me that I need to get a plan together for my running. For those that haven't heard of Robert D. Costella, he's still the Australian marathon record holder from the 80s. He was the 1983 world champion, and also he won the 1982 Commonwealth Games here in Brisbane. And more recently he's been the driving force behind the Indigenous Marathon Foundation, taking residents or people from these Indigenous communities and training them to run the New York Marathon each year. What's great about that program is that a lot of those runners who do go through the program return to their communities and promoting health and well-being within their family and friends and communities. Now, I was fortunate enough to meet Deke a few years ago and have my photo taken with him. I think it was at the Brisbane Marathon, probably around about 2013 or 2014. But I'll put the picture up here and of me and Deke. Anyway, I digress. Deke's quote that was on the Sweat Elite post was, "You must have a training routine so that what you do happens automatically. If I got up in the morning and thought about going for a run, there would often be a number of possible arguments against it. The thing is to get out and run. Later you can wonder whether you should have or not." That really rammed home to me because I have been struggling with motivation in the last month or so, and I think it's just because I haven't had a plan. After reading that, it kicked me into gear, and I sat down and worked out a plan to take me through to that half marathon MAF test in August. So, and I'm still old school. I still do everything on paper with pencil. So this plan is to get me through to the half marathon. Not a lot of variation from the MAF that I have been doing. Now for me, I work on Mondays through to Sundays. So Sunday's my long run. Thursday I do the medium long run. Tuesdays I'm going to do that more up pace run. Fridays, if I don't know if you saw my last video about the watch-free run that I did down on the Gold Coast after reading also a Facebook post from Dean Karnazes about ditching the watch and just getting lost. I'm going to continue to do that each Friday. I'm calling that Watch-Free Friday. That day is basically run by feel, so it's just a comfortable run, just getting out and not having to be restricted by looking at pace, looking at the heart rate. Saturdays, I have been for the past few weeks running with a mate who's returning from a injury. So I've been catching up with him on the grass, and we've been doing some running and walk sessions. So usually what I've been doing there too is I take no notice of the heart rate, and it's just a nice, comfortable recovery day. But going forward, once we do come out of the COVID-19, Saturdays is always park run days. So when park run restarts, I will go back to park run. But in the interim, we'll continue running with my mate, Matt. Hopefully we can get some group sessions going on these Saturdays where we can just have a nice, comfortable, cruisy run, and leading into a long run on Sunday. So that leaves Mondays for the grass recovery days. Been doing those well and truly under the MAF heart rate levels. Wednesday will just be an easy 12 to 15k run at MAF levels. Thursday, midweek long run. And so that's the plan that I'm going to follow through until that MAF test in August. Probably the only thing that will change from week to week will be that Tuesday up pace session, where today I did a progressive run. Next week I will do a tempo run. The following week I will do a 8 kilometre time trial, and then the first Tuesday in July will be the 16k math test, and then I'll just repeat pretty much the same process in July leading into that math test in August. After that, things are up in the air. I'll sit down and work out where we go from there. We may have some more clarity on some events later in the year, but you know, as it stands at the moment, we don't really know what's happening. Hopefully, you know, fingers crossed that Melbourne Marathon might go ahead, but you know, who knows? We sort of haven't heard any more information from the organisers there about whether it's going ahead or not. Same for Sydney Marathon. Obviously, I said in the video last week about the Queenstown and Auckland marathons in New Zealand. Looking pretty positive now that New Zealand has loosened those restrictions around the coronavirus pandemic. So let's have a look at the progressive run that went down today. A little bit of birthday stuff with Trish as well. So I just finished a progression run, 35 minutes. It was pretty messy. Couldn't see the watch early on because I started at 5:30 and it was quite dark. So the plan was to do 5-second cut downs every 5 minutes from 4:30 per kilometre pace, but after the first 5 minutes it just got too quick, and so I pretty much just adjusted and just tried to do as much progression as I could, and finished okay. But the last 5 minutes I think I just fatigued a fair bit and just couldn't hold the pace of the previous 5 minutes. So overall, reasonably happy with that. So it's about 8.4 kilometres for the 35 minutes. It's Tuesday, so that's the first day of the new plan. Tuesdays are the faster days. And I guess I have just fallen off the pace a little bit from where I was a couple of months ago, but these faster days will help me get back on track, I think. So it's a special day today. It's my wife Trish's birthday today. If you've been watching the channel for quite a while, then you'll know that she was part of the channel early on. In recent times, she's branched out with some friends. She's got 2 channels, one with her friend Tracy, who is a mortician, and they talk about all things that happen in the mortuary. So that channel is called Are You Dying to Know? So she has another channel called Veggie Wranglers that she does with her friend Julie, and that's a cooking channel where they put together some tasty delights. So guys, if you want to check those channels out, that'd be great. They're fairly new channels as well, so check them out. Are You Dying to Know and Veggie Wranglers. Alright, so we're going to start the day. We've got a few things planned. Birthday girl, birthday. Alright guys, that's about it for this vlog. Stay safe, happy running, and I'll catch you in on the next vlog in a few days' time. Hooroo!